July 5th, 2026. We are doing Seven Lakes Basin and High Divide Loop, 19 miles. I don't know what that is.
Protect.
Yes, protect. Let's do this. After about 0.8 miles, we get to Duc Falls. Incredibly beautiful. Everybody takes pictures here. Look at that. Wow. Look at the sun. Oh my God. Incredibly beautiful. We always stop here and then we have to go to Deer Lake. You gotta turn right after Duc Falls. We're about 1.75 miles into the trail. The whole trail all the way to Deer Lake looks pretty much like this. There's a tree here with a funny look. I think it's got cancer, but you'll be the judge. That's what I'm talking about, this tree here. Weird looking cancerous tree. Wonderful view of the lake. What a day. Normally, to finish this hike on time, I don't stop at Deer Lake. I just keep going and I stop at the pond up there at mile 5 into the trail. At 4,000 feet-ish. There's another pond here called Heron Pond. This is Heron Pond. Keep going. You keep going on the trail and then you get to 4,000 feet. And then look at what you see. This is incredible. And you get to see this exactly at 4,000 feet above sea level, and it is almost 5 miles into the trail, pretty much exactly 5 miles into the trail. So we keep going. There's a pond right here, and we take the first break and we enjoy this scenery. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. And this is the pond I was telling you. We're gonna take our first break right here. Took a nice break at mile 5 at this pond. Now we're gonna take the trail, go up on this ridge. Keep going. Now the trail gets more and more and more beautiful. That over there is the ridge we're gonna get to. We are at 4,500 feet. Can you believe how beautiful, how lovely this trail is? It's unbelievable. Wow. These flowers. Now we are getting on the other side of the ridge. Look, there's one more pond here. This trail keeps giving. It never disappoints. Now we're gonna get to the other side of the ridge. There's a traverse, and that traverse leads to Bogachiel Peak, and halfway through the traverse we can see some parts of Mount Olympus and Mount Tom. If this is not road to heaven, I don't know what is. When you get to the other side of the ridge, there's this tree with some weird roots. This is the one I'm talking about. I mean, it's not just one tree, but it's a bunch of them. It's like weird looking, I don't know, but Keep that in mind when you're coming here. We keep going. Now we're gonna start the traverse. Okay, we're doing the traverse. I'm not gonna say how beautiful that is, but you can see. So, look, this is where we're going. That over there is Bogachiel Peak. So we're gonna get there on top of that peak here, and then we're gonna go from the other side to Hart Lake. Also, now you can see part of Mount Olympus's ridge. We're gonna get there. Let's go. Okay, we keep going, traversing on the ridge. Just amazing. These flowers. In a few minutes, we're gonna see Seven Lakes Basin on our left. And then after that, they've got like probably 10 minutes to Bogachiel Peak or something, or 15 minutes or something. I'll keep you updated. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, everyone. When you do this hike counterclockwise, there are two unbeatable moments. The first one is when you see Seven Lakes Basin, and the second one is when you see Mount Olympus. This is the first one. This is Seven Lakes Basin. Wow. We have a few minutes to Bogachiel Peak. Okay, and this is the second exciting moment when we get to see Mount Olympus. This one. Okay, this part is important. When you get to this point, instead of going the right, there's this fork. You take the left one, this one. And that takes you to Bogachiel Peak, which is pretty much up here. And then from there, you can go towards Hart Lake. But we're gonna take this one, and we're gonna take a nice break with the view of Mount Olympus and Seven Lakes Basin over there. Now we get the full panoramic view of Mount Olympus, Mount Tom on the right, this one, and of course, Olympus like this. I can tell you something about Mount Tom. It's fairly inaccessible. It's a wild peak. I can guarantee that less people have been on top of that mountain than top of Rainier. Well, we're here. We're getting on top of Bogachiel Peak. Here's the peak. That's Mount Appleton over there. Seven Lakes Basin from Bogachiel Peak. On this side, Mount Olympus. You can't ask for more. Okay, this one is Mirror Lake. This one is Lunch Lake. The one over here behind that is Clear Lake. We took a really nice break on Bogachiel Peak at 5,450 feet. This is Seven Lakes Basin. On this side, you see Mount Olympus. Bugs are killing us. We're gonna head towards Hart Lake. This is the route that goes towards Hart Lake. So when you take this part of the route, you're presented with more beautiful views of Mount Olympus and Blue Glacier for a while, actually. We're gonna enjoy this. All right, looks like we got a bear here. Yes. Okay, disappeared. All right, we see two more lakes here. The first one in front is called No Name Lake. And that over there is called Morgan Roth Lake. We have done almost 10 miles of the trail, more or less. We are getting closer to that drop down that will take us to Hart Lake. So pretty soon we have to say goodbye to this beautiful view of Mount Olympus and Blue Glacier. Our final view of Mount Olympus and Blue Glacier. Look, this is where the glacier starts from the bottom. And get here. Okay, this is where we finally see Hart Lake. Look, it's turquoise. I mean, at least that's how I describe it. I don't know what color that is. But look, it looks like a heart, so good name. Okay, this is where you get to this fork. You need to make a left this way. You go to Hart Lake and Duc River Trail. That takes us back to our car, hopefully after many miles. This is High Divide Ridge. We got about 2 miles to the trailhead. I totally recommend this hike in July. Days are longer. It's a beautiful hike. You're gonna get down to the trailhead before the sunset. You're gonna enjoy a lot of lakes. It's spectacular views of Mount Olympus. Great nature. 10 out of 10 hike.